Seungri, former member of BigBang, undoubtedly one of the most influential boy bands from Korea, was sentenced to 3 years in prison after being found guilty of facilitating prostitution for investors and also for gambling overseas using illegal foreign exchanges. He was also ordered to pay 1.15 billion Korean won or $1 million in restitution. Judge Wang Min-jae said, and I quote, "It is hard to see the defendant was not aware of financial payments paid to women for sex. It appears that he carried out systematic sexual prostitution." According to South Korean media outlet Yonhap, the military court said, and I quote, "The defendant arranged sexual favors for foreign investors on many occasions in collusion with his business partner Yoo In-suk and gained benefits as a result. His crime of commercializing sex and violating our traditional custom has caused no small harm to our society." Seungri denied most charges during the proceedings. However, many are curious how it all began and how everything went down. This video is not an editorial. This video aims to go through the chronology of events that led to Seungri's conviction. November 2018, Yeoksam police arrived in Burning Sun Club, a prominent club and bar in Gangnam, South Korea. They arrested a 29-year-old man named Kim Sang-kyo. He was booked on 7 charges, including criminal battery, an indecent act, defamation, and obstruction of the performance of official duties. January 2019, Kim Sang-kyo posted a petition on the Chongwangdae website. He detailed his assault by Burning Sun staffers and mistreatment by police. He said he was trying to help a woman who was being sexually assaulted the night he was arrested. He also said that female customers were being drugged by staffers and the club had a corrupt relationship with district police. Another petition on the website called the investigation of the club scene in general and drug activities happening there, including forcing women into drugs. Chongwangdae is a petition website based on former President Obama's We the People. It was launched in August 2017 on President Moon's 100th day in the office. After receiving the required 200,000 signatures, Kim's petition prompted an official response. January 28 of 2019, MBC, a TV station in South Korea, picked up the story and reported it. It included 2 CCTV videos of the club's security footage purportedly showing Kim's assault inside a club. The second one showed a woman being dragged down a hallway. The woman was also alleged to have been forcibly drugged. On its official Instagram page, the club said that the woman was forced out of the club because she was stealing alcohol and caused disturbances. It also strongly denied that any drug use had occurred. Another local broadcaster, KBS, reported the testimony of an alleged former employee of the Burning Sun Club. It suggested that illegal drug use occurred in its VIP rooms. The employee interviewed by KBS said 3 undercover cops visited the place December of the previous year after receiving reports that someone was forced to smoke marijuana in the club. The employee also added that patrons would sometimes use drugs in the VIP room. Korean law prohibits any use of drugs in Korea as well as by Korean citizens overseas. By January 31, 2019, the Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency, or SMPA, had taken charge of the investigation. Their investigation included allegations of local Gangnam police corruption and collusion with club's owners. It also assigned a team to look into club's alleged sexual violence, drug use, Kim's arrest, and any connection with the local police station. It didn't take long for the media to discover that Seungri is one of the 7 directors of the club. The SMPA said their quick response and follow-up investigation was due to media attention garnered by Seungri. They also said they had expanded their probe of drug-related allegations to all Gangnam clubs. Yang Yun-suk, the chief of YG Entertainment, to which BigBang is signed, released a statement that Seungri had been at the club on November 28 but left before Kim's incident occurred. He also said Seungri's recent resignation as a senior director of the club was due to his upcoming military enlistment and had nothing to do with the scandal. February 2 of 2019, 6 days after the story broke, Seungri posted an official apology on his Instagram account. He apologized for the delay in his statement and said that he learned of the incident several days after it happened. He also said that considering the nature of the business, disputes are bound to happen, but he hopes this will resolve peacefully. He also denied knowing of any drug activity in the bar, but also hopes that the truth will be revealed. He also said that he felt great remorse and is more aware of the responsibilities of a celebrity. February 3, 2019, Dispatch, a Korean news outlet, managed to gain access to a group chat where staff was openly talking about drugging and raping women. They used code words and evaluated potential victims before drugging them. A snail refers to a woman who is not necessarily attractive but is an easy target. Hitting a home run is when the drugging and raping have been carried out successfully. In the conversation, MD stands for Managing Director. Here is how the conversation went. MD1. The VIP room is looking for a mulge. Mulge means attractive woman. MD2. Okay, I will look for one. MD1. Hurry up and help me find one. We don't need one anymore. Just find someone who looks out of it. MD2. I'll look for a snail then. MD1. Help me hit a home run. Another conversation involves staff watching sex occur in the VIP room while recording it. They were unable to verify if the sex was consensual but can confirm that the video was passed along around among other staff members. Here is the conversation. Director A. Look in that room now, they're having sex. MD1. How can you see that? MD2. Wow, it's true. The final leaked conversation shows one of the directors orchestrating a home run. One of the MDs suggested settling for an unconscious girl instead of chasing a more attractive, more conscious woman, while a director orders the guards to keep men away from a girl he's trying to pick up. MD1. This woman's passed out. Director A. Her skirt's up. MD2. Great body but messed up face. Director C. I only care about top quality ones. Director A. The woman in table O doesn't look to be in good condition. Take her out. Guard 1. Got it. Director B. Someone is hitting on the mulge I'm trying to pick up. Get a guard on them. Guard 2. Got it. I have it taken care of. Apparently, when a VIP is successful in their rape of a woman, they are more likely to come back. That's why MDs often supply VIPs with date rape drugs. February 4. Burning Sun CEO Lee Moon-ho officially apologized to Seungri and revealed that he fired the club's director Jang, who assaulted Mr. Kim. It was also announced that Burning Sun would be shut down. February 13. Reports claimed that a woman nicknamed Anna was suspected of dealing drugs at Burning Sun. Her selfie with Seungri began circulating online. Seungri said he thought she was just a fan. February 14, 2019. MBC reported that a man who claims to be a VIP member of the club said staff of the Burning Sun regularly texted their rich customers to visit as they had women ready for them. Staff members sent him a picture of naked unconscious woman, adding that she was ready for him. He said, and I quote, "They talk like they're talking about food or something. Staff there say they also have sex with women after drugging them so they fall unconscious." A few days later, a staffer sent me another text message with a video clip showing an intoxicated woman being raped. He told me the woman did not know they were being filmed because they were drugged. He got these text messages and photos once every 2 weeks for 5 months until December. They were sent usually at 10 p.m., the club's opening time. The man also revealed that staff of the club select young women to drug for rich Chinese customers who spent 30 million won or 26,000 per visit. February 16. Seungri addressed his Burning Sun controversy at his concert in Seoul, promising to act more carefully. February 26. SBS Funny released the first portion of a Kakao Talk recording that would become crucial to this whole case. The recordings dated back to 2015. It implicated Seungri. Seungri apparently directed Burning Sun staff to arrange prostitutes for foreign investors who were coming to Seoul at another Gangnam nightclub. The source had cited possible police collusion as the reason for not turning them over directly to police. SBS gave no information on the identity of the source but said it was turned over to the Anti-Corruption and Civil Rights Commission on February 22. On the same day, YG Entertainment released a statement. "Hello, this is YG Entertainment. We are delivering our official stance regarding the recently posted news report involving Seungri. After confirming with Seungri, we attest that this news report in question is based on fabricated text messages. Its claims are entirely false. Furthermore, we at YG once again stress that as per our company procedure, we plan to enforce strict and unyielding legal action against any rumors and the spreading of malicious rumors, including fabricated news and related activity." To this, the reporter who broke the news said the messages were not fabricated. The reporter told 10 Asia, "There is no reason I would want to edit or fabricate a message. There was absolutely no fabrication or editing except for the extremely inappropriate expressions that I've had to purify. I will actively participate in the investigation if required to do so in the future." On February 27, Seungri was questioned by the SMPA overnight. They also drug tested him. Seungri denied allegations of attempts to buy sex for potential investors. He also denied knowledge of KakaoTalk messages, conversations he allegedly had with Burning Sun co-founder and another of his employees about such arrangement, and drug use. Media reports said that various nightclubs were used for lobbying, including one named Arena, where Seungri allegedly arranged sexual favors for investors. February 28, Seungri canceled all of his upcoming gigs, including his concerts in Osaka and Jakarta. News outlet Chosun reported that trucks from a document shredding service arrived at YG Entertainment. A YG employee claimed that the shredding process was merely a quarterly routine. YG founder Yang Yun-suk later refuted Chosun's report on Instagram. March 4, 2019, the police held a press conference saying they had not seen the original unedited KakaoTalk message and doubted their veracity. March 6, Cookie News reported that YG founder Yang Yan-suk and his brother Yang Min-suk owned a club called Love Signal. The club was reportedly under suspicion of tax evasion. March 7, MBC challenged Seungri's February 2 statement claiming that he was not involved in Burning Sun's management from the start. MBC found documents that prove he invested 225 million won, or $198,600 in it. Meanwhile, Yuri Holdings, where the singer was co-CEO, owned 20% of Burning Sun's shares. March 10, Seungri was booked on sex bribery charges. March 11, 3 significant events occurred. First, Seungri retired from the entertainment industry and said that he caused a societal disturbance and that he would cooperate with the investigation. Second, a second set of KakaoTalk messages was revealed. This time, the group's chat includes other Korean singers, Jung Jun-young, Seungri, and other male celebrities. These celebrities were eventually identified. The source of the KakaoTalk messages was revealed to be lawyer Bang Jun-yoon. He was interviewed on SBS 8 o'clock news. He had obtained the messages from a whistleblower, possibly a technician at a phone repair shop where singer and entertainer Jung Jun-young had dropped off his phone for repairs. The whistleblower sent an email to Bang. It contained thousands of chats taken from Jung's phone, which took place over 8 months between 2015 to 2016. When the Burning Sun scandal started, the phone messages were forwarded to the Anti-Corruption and Civil Rights Commission and the SBS Fund-E. The secretly filmed sex tapes and other chat messages on Jung's phone became public. During the SBS interview, the integrity of the chat room file was discussed. It was said to be a tamper-proof device. It had a hash code verification showing that the file had not been manipulated. Bang, an economic graduate of Seoul National University and a practicing lawyer, said, and I quote, "Their conversation showed that there were not only sex crimes by celebrities but also a cozy relationship between them and police officers. It is someone higher up than the Gangnam police chief." The SBS investigative reporter who examined the KakaoTalk chat messages was Kang Kyung Yoon. Her previous work included reporting on the corruption cases related to former President Park Geun-hye. When she started interviewing some of the victims of the videos, she found they did not know of their existence. Kang said that the sex video investigation was seen by some people as a means to avert attention away from the larger corruption scandal with its multiple allegations, but she perceived it as a serious social issue that needed reporting on. Third event, due to possible police involvement, the Commission, a watchdog agency, turned the records over to the Supreme Prosecutor's Office of the Republic of Korea. They asked the Supreme Prosecutor's Office to take over the investigation of the scandal instead of the police. Within a week, the case was transferred to the Seoul Central District Prosecutor's Office, who said they would assign a team to direct the SMPA's investigation. March 14, 2019, Commissioner Min Gap-ryong of the Korean National Police Agency, or KNPA, reported to the Ministry of Public Safety and Security at the National Assembly that a total of 126 agents will be assigned to investigate the nightclub Burning Sun, the assault at the club arena, drug use, ties with the police, and allegations of brokering prostitution, filming, and distributing illegal videos, among other things. On the same day, more than 100 journalists gathered for Jung's 10 a.m. appearance. He apologized before entering the station for questioning and a drug test. Seungri followed the same pattern. Police also questioned Seungri's business partner and Yuri Holdings CEO Yoo In-sok. Seungri exited first at around 6:15 a.m. on March 15, some 16 hours later. He told reporters as he exited that he would be putting in a request to delay his mandatory military service later in the month. Jung exited about an hour later after his 21-hour interrogation. March 15, Yoo In-sok resigned as CEO of Yuri Holdings. Channel A's News A reported on a tip received by police that Seungri allegedly sent Korean women to Japan for escort services, an accusation his camp reportedly denied. The outlet also reported that he suspected of tax evasion. Dispatch reported that the Seoul Metropolitan Investigation Team raided the homes of Jung Jun-yong and Burning Sun's Mr. Kim, a member of the 8-person group chat, but different from the man who was assaulted, to conduct a search and seizure. Former FT Island member Choi Jung-hoon was booked on charges of sharing illegal photos. March 16, Superintendent Yoon, who is suspected of police corruption, admitted that he was acquainted with Yuri Holdings' Yoo In-sok. The superintendent was later booked by the police. MBC revealed more details about the 8 members of Burning Sun chat room. It involved Seungri, Jung Jun-yong, Choi Jung-hoon, Yoo In-sok, club employee Mr. Kim, a relative of a young girl group member, a former YG employee, and a friend of Jung. March 17, in an interview with Kyunghang Shinmun, Burning Sun CEO Lee Moon-ho was not in the main chat room, brushed off the controversy. He said that if Seungri's Kakao Talk messages from 3 years ago are a crime, aren't all Korean men criminals? He said that they were just joking, and it's not like actual prostitution took place. March 18, the Burning Sun case reached a new level of national urgency when South Korean President Moon Jae-in ordered a thorough probe of 3 cases focused on, first, Burning Sun, number 2, a former Vice Justice Minister, Kim Hak-ki, who was cleared of all scandal in 2013 but had new allegations of raping women and appearing in a sex video with them, and number 3, the 2009 suicide of rookie actress Jang Ja-yeon, whose purported suicide note included a list of men who she was forced to have sex with by her entertainment agency. Moon said, and I quote, "The current leadership of the prosecution and police should stake the fate of their organization with responsibility on uncovering the truth and becoming a law enforcement agency that can reveal its own shameful acts so as to regain trust. I'm stressing that if we cannot fix this, we cannot call this society a just one. The investigation into Jang Jo-yoon's sexual abuse case was extended for another 2 months. The actress died by suicide in 2009, leaving behind a note condemning at least 30 figures tied to the entertainment industry. After Seungri requested to postpone his military enlistment, Korea's Military Manpower Administration announced plans to amend the law to prevent people from enlisting to escape from reality. March 19, the police requested arrest warrants for Jung Jun-yong, Burning Sun employee Mr. Kim, and Burning Sun director Mr. Jang. MBC's news desk reported that a minor entered Burning Sun in July 2018 and that CEO Lee Sang-yoon paid an officer named Kang to cover up the situation. Additionally, Seungri was accused of knowing about the incident. SBS's 8 o'clock news reported on suspicions of business violations at Seungri's other club, Monkey Museum. Traces of Big Bang and YG Entertainment have been removed from Seungri's Naver profile. Naver, one of Korea's biggest search engines, is the second largest shareholder in YG after investing 100 million won or $88.5 million at the time in the company in 2017. TV Chosun reported that police received testimony from a source at Burning Sun that Seungri took drugs. The former Big Bang member denied these allegations, and a drug test from February 2017 came back negative. An arrest warrant for Burning Sun CEO Lee Man-ho was rejected. Sisa Journal published an interview with Seungri where he denied all allegations of prostitution and gambling. He said, "Honestly, I'm in a situation where even if I tell the truth, no one would believe it. Even investigators believe that the contents of the Kakao Talk are all true and considered evidence. I'm afraid I won't be judged fairly to be right or wrong because I'm famous and a celebrity." Didn't all these events begin with a conversation from the Kakao Talk? Just as we wrote police chief, we were just fools, just friends who were bluffing and showing off without knowing anything. I'm sorry to the people of Korea. Aren't I in a position where I can't complain of the injustice or make rebuttals? Finally, to add one more thing, there was no overseas gambling, nor were there prostitution services. Regarding reports of illegal overseas gambling based on messages between him and his unidentified business partner in 2014, the singer said, "When I said that I earned money during that time, or when I sent pictures of money, I was just bluffing and lying. I wanted to show off, so I said things that weren't true." The journal said Seungri had sent a message following the phone interview. "I was in the wrong. I shouldn't have gotten involved with those guys and done those things." March 22, the 21st annual shareholders meeting of YG Entertainment took place. The meeting was concluded within 15 minutes, during which it was decided that Yang Min, or Yang Yun-suk's brother, will remain CEO. From February 25 to March 21, the aggregate market value of YG fell 25.47%, from approximately $765 million to $570 million. March 23, 2019. In an interview with local daily Chosun Ilbo, Seungri denied the allegations of sexual and financial wrongdoings, urging everyone to wait until the investigation results come out. Seungri also denied his previous statement that he was in charge of Burning Sun. He said Lee Moon-hoo was the CEO and real operator of the club, and he only invested 10 million won, or $8,800 into the business, and let him use the name of Seungri for marketing. He also said that he was not aware of any illegal activities allegedly committed there, including the alleged spiking of women's drinks and filming of non-consensual sex videos. He said, "I spoke with Lee Moon-ho about this, but he always told me everything was going well with the club. I acted in a way that is unsuitable for public figure, and I became tied to wrongful businesses. However, I feel like what is reported right now is too far from the truth. I enjoy being a DJ, so I didn't think it was a bad idea at that time. And because it was a club run at a hotel, I didn't think anything bad was going to happen. When asked about the 2015 Kakao Talk chat room messages including himself and Jung Junyoung, which Seungri had initially claimed were fabricated, he said that he hadn't been able to remember them and truly believed they were fabricated at that time. Seungri said, and I quote, "Those messages aren't my entire life. Of course, I asked him to stop. When we met offline, I told him to stop and said he'd be in big trouble. I said it to all of them, not just Jung Junyoung. It was just never through text conversations." He also stated that he had only met Senior Superintendent Yoon a few times and that they never talked business, nor was there bribery. On allegations of mediating prostitution, he said that the women invited at Club Arena were not prostitutes. Regarding the trip to Indonesia, where he facilitated women to join a business partner, Seungri said that he was just trying to get into the good side of the businessman since he invested 2 billion won through him and that he'd only been helping him be introduced to some women. Seungri ended by saying that he hoped the investigation and results are seen objectively. He said, "I'm so apologetic to the fans and the public, my former agency, YG, and my teammates who have been with me for over 10 years. No matter what the outcome of the investigation, I believe I will bear this for the rest of my life. I will reflect, seeing how my wrongful actions from a few years ago have caused such a big situation. I find myself so pathetic and shameful. I hope everything is resolved soon so that the public will no longer be inconvenienced. If there was one thing I did wrong, it is that I was acting too childishly." He said he regrets saying things that he shouldn't have and urged fans to judge him after probe results are released. March 24, 2019, Chief Superintendent Kim, the wife of police Senior Superintendent Yoon, admitted that she received several hundreds of dollars worth of concert tickets from Choi. March 26, Arena's owner, known by his surname Kang, was arrested on charges of tax evasion. The Korea Herald reported that the Seoul Central District Court issued the warrant for Kang's arrest over suspicions that he underreported sales at the club and inflated salaries of employees from 2014 to 2017 as a way to avoid paying taxes. A second man, known by the surname Lim, was also arrested for serving as a puppet head of the club. Kang is suspected of having owned and operated several clubs this way. March 29, the Ilyu Shinmun reported that police obtained testimony from a close acquaintance of Seungri in 2 sessions, March 25 and 28. The person testified that prostitution took place at Seungri's 2017 birthday party. At also the Club Arena, the acquaintance was reportedly in charge of coordinating and managing the woman suspected of prostitution at Seungri's birthday party in the Philippines. They were each allegedly paid 4 million won, or $3,400 for overseas trips and an additional 2 million won or $1,700 for work performed at Korean clubs. End of March 29, Seungri told the director of SBS investigative program Unanswered Questions in a text message the lawyer, whistleblower, and journalist were responsible for all criminal allegations against him, had not fact-checked properly, and had ruined his career for their own personal gain. In June, the production team of Unanswered Questions, aka I Wanna Know, received the Seoul City's Gender Equality Award Grand Prize, in part for their coverage of the scandal. April 1, SMPA announced they had booked Seungri and Yoo for allegations of embezzlement from the Monkey Museum Club, which they opened in 2016. Funds from Yuri Holdings were allegedly used to pay attorneys' fees for a criminal case involving an employee at the club. April 7, Yonhap News TV confirmed that Seungri's role in Burning Sun was larger than what was previously reported. Yuri Holdings, which was established by Seungri and Yoo, reportedly owned 40% of the total Burning Sun shares of acquisition stock after club was capitalized previously at 50 million won or $44,000. Yuri Holdings currently holds less, as half of the shares were allegedly given to Lin. April 8, the Korea Herald reported that police summoned female guests who attended Seungri's birthday party held in December 2017 in Palawan, Philippines, to determine whether their expenses were covered in return for sexual services. April 12, MBC's news desk reported that Seungri was paying his personal manager G using funds from Burning Sun, potentially opening up further embezzlement charges. G reportedly received over 30 million won, around 26,450 from Burning Sun each month. G was employed by YG Entertainment. April 13, YG Entertainment refuted knowledge of Seungri's paying manager G from Burning Sun funds, or that G was simultaneously working with Yuri Holdings. The statement also reportedly said that YG had terminated G's employment at the company following the information revealed during the ongoing Burning Sun investigation. April 15, police clarified that Seungri and Yuri Syu had several meals and golf meetings with Police Superintendent Yoon. They announced they were investigating whether Yu's payment exceeded those of Yoon's to determine whether the expenditures are violations of the country's graft laws. Seungri's camp said that women who received money from the trip to the Philippines did so to cover their travel expenses, not in exchange of sexual services. April 19, Burning Sun's CEO Lee was arrested with detention on suspicions of drug dealings and usage. The arrest came a month after an initial arrest warrant from the police was rejected by the Seoul Central District Court. April 24, YG Entertainment explained that Seungri's use of corporate card to pay 30 million won in hotel fees for Japanese investors that were allegedly used for prostitution in December 2015. The statement said the YG business credit card that Seungri used in 2015 is a card for Seungri to pay for all of his personal expenses unrelated to work. April 29, Yu finally admitted that he supplied prostitutes to 6 or more Japanese investors at their Gangnam nightclub in December 2015. SMPA had paper trails of money transactions, a YG Entertainment credit card payment by Seungri, and a wire transfer by Yu, and chat conversations the two had with Jung about the arrangements, and had booked 17 prostitutes and pimps related to the incident. May 2, 2019, Seungri was summoned for questioning about alleged embezzlement of the Burning Sun Club's funds for the first time, following 16 prior interrogations about his alleged arrangement of sexual services for investors. On May 7, SMPA requested a warrant of arrests to include pre-trial detention for Seungri and Yu. May 14, Seungri and Yu attended hearings. Seungri admitted that he received illicit sex services but denied all other allegations at the Seoul Central District Court hearing. He was led to a holding cell in ropes to await the decision. The decision came later in the evening when both arrest warrants were denied, with the court citing room for dispute over the alleged embezzlement and said that the possibility of destroying evidence was very slim. On June 25, SMPA referred Seungri's case to prosecutors with charges related to 1.1 billion won or $951,000 in embezzlement, distraction of evidence, violation of laws on sex trade, sexual crimes, and food hygiene. Allegations included procuring prostitutes for himself and for others from Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Japan from December 2015 to January 2016. His business partner Yu was also referred to prosecutors for procuring prostitutes. May 27, MBC TV show Straight alleged that YG Entertainment's founder Yang Yun-suk had arranged sexual services for foreign investors in July 2014. He denied it. SMPA began an investigation based on the show's details of an alleged dinner meeting in Gangnam and a trip to nightclub NB affiliated with Yang that included Yang himself, a Malaysian fugitive Joe Lo, a Thai national named Bob or Chavanos Ratakur, and a YG singer and a Madame Jong, Wang Hana, and as many as 10 prostitutes who allegedly provided sexual services at the nightclub. Singer Sai, who was with YG Entertainment at that time, released a statement saying that he did introduce his friend Joe Lo to Yang and admitted that he and Yang had been invited to the dinner and drinks with Lo and other men. Allegations also referred to a December 2018 rape complaint at the Burning Sun against Ratakul, one of the foreign investors also affiliated with Seungri and who had been summoned by the police. In June, Yang was questioned by police about the prostitution allegations but not taken in as a suspect. Sai was questioned as a witness. In June 14, 2019, Yang Yan-suk and his brother Yang Min-suk resigned from YG Entertainment. However, they retained and still retain part of ownership of the company. Yang Yun-suk is still the majority shareholder of YG Entertainment. July 17, SMPA reported having booked Yang for allegations of arranging sexual services for the foreign investors in 2014, along with 3 more suspects for prostitution allegations. All these charges were dropped September 20, stating that they had failed to prove them. August 9, TV network JTBC reported alleged instances of Yang and Seungri having gambled up to 1 to 2 billion won at the MGM Grand Las Vegas on past occasions. SMPA said they were examining Yang's financial records for possible illegal foreign exchange transactions that may have been used for his alleged gambling, which is illegal in South Korea at home and abroad. August 14, both Yang and Seungri were booked on charges of habitual gambling. Also, a former Gangnam police officer surnamed Kang was sentenced to 1 year in prison for police collusion. During the trial of the Gangnam police officer, co-CEO Lee Sung-yun testified that he paid 20 million won, or roughly $17,000 to Kang to cover up for an underage club-goer incident at the Burning Sun and had not discussed the arrangement with Seungri. August 20, charges included illegal foreign trade transactions and a travel ban had been imposed. August 22, Burning Man CEO Lee Moon-hoo received a suspended sentence of 3 years probation and community service for a year and half a prison term in habitual drug use, where he pled guilty. It is to be noted that at the second trial on November 28, Lee Man-ho was sentenced to 1 year in prison with charges of using more than 10 drugs, including ecstasy, ketamine, and Gangnam clubs from 2018 to 2019. The court said that Lee Moon-ho's position as the operator of Burning Sun Club put him in a different level than an ordinary drug offender, and his first sentencing had been light and unfair. August 28 and 29, both were questioned, and Seungri admitted to gambling but denied allegations of illegally securing funds in violation of the Foreign Exchange Transactions Act. September 24, Seungri was called in again for questioning. October 1, Yang Yun-suk was called in again for questioning. October 10, a senior police official, Yoon Gyung-gun, referred to as the police chief in the chat rooms, was arrested on charges of accepting bribes and misuse of power, among others, following a search at his KNPA office in September. Yoon was referred to prosecution in June for allegedly informing Seungri and Yoo In-suk of police crackdowns. The late search and focus on Yoon was questioned by a Korean Times reporter, Lee Soo-yoon, as possibly being related to his having been worked in the Blue House in 2017 under Justice Minister Cho Kuk, who was being investigated in a separate case. A businessman named Jong, a possible link between Yoon and Yoo, was arrested earlier on embezzlement charges. October 29, Yoon was indicted on charges of bribery, obstruction of businesses, and concealing evidence, among others, related to allegations of attempting to cover up illegalities at the Burning Sun and other businesses run by Seungri and Yoo. Yoon was also alleged to have received enlisted stocks from businessman Jong in relation to the case, while Jong is suspected of being tied to illicit financial transactions in the separate case against ex-Justice Minister Cho. A Burning Sun employee, an MD named Cho, one of the first investigated in the club scandal, was sentenced to 4 years and 6 months imprisonment in early December for smuggling and administration of drugs. October 31, SMPA said they would be referring Yang and Seungri along with 3 others for prosecution of alleged habitual gambling between the second half of 2014, December 30, 2019. YG Plus shared that the percentage of shares in the company owned by CEO Yang Min-suk has increased from 4.45% to 11.88% as of December 24. YG Plus is a subsidiary of YG Entertainment and it is listed on the Korea Composite Stock Price Index. YG Plus focuses on the production and distribution of YG Entertainment artists' products, and it is also an advertising agency. The company stated on December 30, stockholder Yang Min-suk bought over-the-counter 4,385,964 common stocks, or 7.43% from stockholder Yang Yun-suk. This means Yang Yun-suk now only possesses preferred stocks, bringing his overall shares in YG Plus down to 0.62%. YG Entertainment remains the majority stockholder in YG Plus with 37.63 stocks. YG Entertainment remains the majority stockholder in YG Plus with 37.63% of stocks. Yang Yun-suk's brother, Yang Min-suk, has now become the second largest stockholder in YG Plus. 2020. January 8, 2020, 7 months after police submitted their case, the prosecution filed a second warrant of arrest for Seungri on 7 charges: procuring prostitution for himself, procuring sex 29 times for foreign investors between September 2015 and January 2016, embezzlement of about $17,000 from Yuri Holdings, habitual gambling in Las Vegas, illegal currency transactions, violation of the food sanitation law, and sharing 3 unconsented nude photos of women via mobile messenger. January 13, the court denied the request for detention, saying detention was not warranted based on Seungri's role and involvement in wrongdoings and his attitude towards the prosecution's investigation. On January 30, prosecutors indicted 9 people without detention for allegations of crimes related to the Burning Sun case, including Seungri for mediating prostitution, gambling, and violation of the Foreign Exchange Transaction Act, Burning Sun CEO Yoo In-suk for mediating prostitution and business embezzlement, and YG former CEO Yang Yun-suk for gambling and violation of the Foreign Exchange Transaction Act. By this time, Jung Jun-yong and Choi Jung-hon were already imprisoned after a rape trial in 2019, were indicted for allegations of soliciting prostitution and for bribery of a police officer in a drunk driving incident, respectively. On February 7, former police officer Kang's trial, conviction, and sentencing in August 2019 for police collusion in the admittance of an underage customer at the Burning Sun Club was overturned by an appeals court based on lack of evidence. April 3, 4 of the 9 people charged with prostitution allegations received a summary judgment, with Jung Jun-yong fined 1 million won and the Burning Sun's prior MD Kim fined 2 million won. April 25, the so-called police chief Yoon Gyu-gun, previously arrested in the fall of 2019 for allegations of bribery and mediating favors for the Burning Sun Club, among others, was acquitted of all charges by the Seoul Central District Trial Court due to the prosecution's lack of evidence. However, they said that it doesn't mean that the accused is 100% innocent or that the charges are not true. June 3, in a court hearing, Yu admitted to all charges, including those related to prostitution and embezzlement. June 22, Yu again admitted to most of the charges but denied intentionality, in particular in the embezzlement charges. His charges included allegations of sex trafficking a total of 24 times to foreign investors from 2015 to 2016 to open the Burning Sun Club. June 29, 2020, news reports suspected that Yang Yun-suk hasn't completely let go of the reins of YG Entertainment. According to the year-end reports, Yang Yun-suk is still the majority stockholder of the company with 17.31 shares. That means he can still play a major part in the company's decisions. September 9, at a court hearing, Yang admitted to gambling charges involving 400 million won or around $335,000 in Las Vegas casinos approximately 20 times between 2015 to 2019. October 14, the questioning of duplicate witnesses for both the civilian trial and military trial of Seungri was discussed. November 27, a trial court sentenced Yang Yun-suk to 15 million won, approximately 13,600 US dollars, fine for some 20 Las Vegas gambling charges between 2015 to 2019, along with 3 YG Entertainment and affiliated company YGX Associates. 2021, January 14, during the ongoing military trial, prosecutors added a 9th charge against Seungri, alleging that he and Yu involved gang members to intervene in a bar dispute in December 2015. During the testimony, Seungri continued to deny charges of soliciting illegal prostitution for his foreign clients. When the prosecution questioned him regarding his group chat conversations, such a sentence exchange with his former business partner Yoo In-suk and other business partner K, which read, "Girls, go with the ones that give it good," Seungri claimed that the sentence was a mistake caused by autocorrect. July 1, witness testimony was concluded. Seungri continued to deny all charges except one. On this day, Dispatch also released the group chat conversation in question, a conversation which took place on December 6, 2015. Seungri and his business partners were reportedly preparing to host a female Taiwanese business client Q and her acquaintances. According to Dispatch, Seungri ordered his business partners to consider the entertainment of Q's male acquaintance top priority. Here's the conversation. Seungri, make sure to give them everything they want. Call the girls. It looks like there are guests from Taiwan. K, who are some girls we can call right now? Why does it have to be Chinese? OMG. Yoo In-suk, K, take care so that they don't get mixed up with other people. K, yes sir, I'll stay right next to them. Seungri, do it right, don't screw up. Yoo In-suk, put a man with them too, one who can handle Q. Not one who can speak English. Guys like XX. Okay, I'll take care of it. Seungri, okay, what about the girls? Go with the ones that give it good. Okay, I'm contacting them, but I don't know if they will want to give it to them. Will the girls want to do it with them when it's not you guys? For now, I'm getting the low-grade girls. Jung Junyoung, Chinese guys probably prefer plastic girls. Seungri, well, make sure to do it right. Yoo In-suk, I'm arranging some prostitutes so when the two prostitutes get there, K, you lead them to the hotel. K, yes, the 2 gang guys, I sent them away. Next, Dispatch also released the contents of another group chat conversation from December 2015, which dealt with Japanese business clients. Previously, Seungri's former business partner Yoo In-suk admitted in court that he provided illegal prostitution services for his clients. He was also sentenced to 1 year and 8 months in prison for charges, which also included embezzlement. However, Seungri continued to deny his involvement in illegal prostitution affairs related to his clients. The conversation go, Seungri, President A and his guests will also be coming, so we'd better arrange a separate party for them. Let's repay them 100 times for what they did for us in the past. K, Jong-hoon and Jung-young, you guys check and see if there are some pretty girls we can speak Japanese. K, Jong-hoon and Jung-yoon, you guys check and see if there are some pretty girls who can speak Japanese. K, get a list of all the male and female guests who are invited to the 24th. If you can, invite everyone we know and get all our guys to invite their guys so we can fill the party up with people. K, okay, I'll look into it. Seungri, for this Christmas, rather than worrying about our own entertainment, let's entertain our guests and find satisfaction in that. Every summer, President A treated us from Japan and sent us yachts and crews and chefs so we could enjoy ourselves. So let's give President A a really good time this year. Yoo In-suk, let's make the Great Gatsby come to life. Let's get all the girls we know that day to come, to the point that there won't be any girls left at the other clubs. Let's make it so that the men are all partying at the club by themselves so that they all hate us afterwards. On August 12, Seungri was sentenced to a 3-year prison term, a fine of 990,000 US dollars, and immediate detention. He will be discharged from the military a month before he was set to complete his duty to civilian status. The 9 charges are prostitution, mediation in violation of Act on the Punishment of Arrangement of Commercial Sex Acts, embezzlement, overseas gambling, procuring prostitution services, violation of Foreign Exchange Transaction Act, violation of Food Sanitation Act, violation of the Act on Special Cases Concerning the Punishment of Sexual Crimes, violation of an Act on the aggravated punishment of specific economic crimes, and mobilizing gangs to threaten people. The total embezzlement amount was 528 million won, which is around 455,000 US dollars. The Las Vegas gambling amount between December 2013 to August 2017 was 2.2 billion won, or around 2 million US dollars. Due to the charge of violation of the Act on Special Cases Concerning the Punishments of Sexual Crimes, or his distribution of 3 nude photos of women via the internet, his personal information was reported to a sex crimes registry. A military prosecutor said of Seungri, despite gaining advantages from the crimes, he is shifting the responsibility on another person. Considering his problematic views and attitude regarding sex, he needs to face severe punishments.